Hello and welcome back to Attingham Park. Right, so if you've been watching this series, you'll notice that I started playing on this map to make a bit of a mini-series to use MaizePlus and all its features. Now, as much as I've enjoyed this map, it just wasn't sitting right with me, I'll be honest. It's not been a map that stood out for me and that I've been fully enjoying. And I think MaizePlus is that good. We deserve to have the perfect farm. So with that in mind, what I decided to do was build my own farm, using all the mods available that I could. I had a helping hand from Mark Thor, so I just have to give him a massive shout out because he has really gone above and beyond to make this farm absolutely perfect. And I am chuffed to bits with how it's turned out. In fact, it's turned out better than expected. So with this farm, we're going to move over completely right now to a new farm, all for MaizePlus, custom farm. So with that being said, cue the montage and say hello to Scroftopia Farm.
But we're talking about the most brilliant mind this world has ever seen.
I've got demons running around in my head, and they feed on insecurities I have. Won't you lay your healing hands on my chest? Let your ritual clean. Soak the ropes with your holy water. Tie me down as you read out the words. Set me free from my jealousy. Won't you exercise my mind? Won't you exercise my mind? I want to be free as I'll ever be. Exercise my mind, help me exercise my mind. Desdemona, won't you liberate me when I'm haunted by your ancient history? Close these green eyes and watch over as I sleep through my darkest of dreams. Be the power to compel me. Hold me closer than anyone before. Set me free from my jealousy. Won't you exercise my mind? Won't you exercise my mind? I want to be free as I'll ever be. Exercise my mind, help me exercise my mind. I should be thinking about nothing else when I'm with you, with you. Oh, I should be thinking about nothing else when I'm with you, with you.
Your mind exists somewhere altogether different. It lives in a world where feelings simply cannot be defined by words.
Set me free from my jealousy. Won't you exercise my mind? Won't you exercise my mind? I want to be free as I'll ever be. Exercise my mind, help me exercise my mind. Help me exercise my mind. Won't you exercise my mind?
Right, so welcome to the farm. So in this episode, we're just going to go through the farm and just show you what I've done, basically, with the help of Mark IV, obviously. And I'm pretty chuffed with this. I really can't wait to get into this. So if anyone's wondering, it is Calmsden. And the reason I went with Calmsden is because I've already got the animals inbuilt from what I'm using in the Farmhand series. So because of that, we can have calves, we can have kind of young stock, so heifers, and then we can move straight on to milkers. So I've got a full range. We are going to be a full-on cattle farm, dairy farm. We're going to have beef stock, and we're also going to have milkers. So first, let's have a look at these fields then. So the way I've set this up is if I go into the map, you can have a look up here. They've actually got 3 grass fields. We'll sort them out with course place. We've already got the boundaries set up. So this is grass field 1, grass field 2, and then this one, which is a main pasture. And it kind of feeds off where the beef stock are, but also the kind of young stock as well. So we can put pretty much anything in all 3 of these pastures. That's the beauty of it, and that's all down to Mark Thor. So massive shout out, and I've already given this, but I need to proper emphasize, massive shout out to Mark Thor, because without him I wouldn't have these pastures. And the good thing about them, they all hold about 250 cows each. They can graze in these pastures in the summer, and that's the whole point. I just wanted to try and be as realistic as possible on this farm. And now I've got 3 fields where I can set the cows out, and they can start using the grazing feature within MaizePlus, which is great. We're also going to be doing obviously a lot of feed. We're going to try and use all 3 recipes. So we've got milking recipe, young stock, and then obviously beef. So we are going to be doing quite a mixture. So pretty straightforward. Grass fields that we're going to mow as well, but we're also obviously going to let the cows out. Now I also want to just quickly point out, these gates are absolutely brilliant, and these are a prefab by Bullet Bill himself, and he put it onto Mod Hub, and then we've used the GE and put the prefabs basically into the map, and that's, as you can see, made a nice realistic gate that you'd see on a UK farm. So we've got pretty much, I've tried to put these all over the shop. We've got 2 here leading out to the fields. We've got 1 to the entrance to the farm, which is just down this way. As you can see, Scroftopia Farm, that's what I've gone with. And I think I've actually done these spot on, they just fit perfectly. As you can see, it doesn't hit that there just about. So yeah, this is the farm itself. Bunker on the right hand side, we can put anything in there. I'm going to try and do maize silage and grass silage in a bunker, and I'm probably going to do whole crop in bale form, because I think that's just easier. So as you can see, I've got loads of gates. I need to make sure we shut the gates, but as we're just driving around, it won't matter too much. I am going to walk around, just park the car up. So this is the house. So this is where the sleep trigger is, and as you can see that the sheds now appear. We've got loads of slurry points for manure and everything, so it is a busy farm. We'll come back to this because this is the main shed for milkers. So this is where the fully grown adult cows are going to be, where we're going to use for milking. So first things first, there's a big open shed here that's built into the milkers kind of enclosure. So in here, we're probably going to put some bales. Could be straw, it could be the whole crop. We have got plenty of storage. I've made sure that I'm not shy on storage. So another gate appears. So let's walk through here. I have gone with tractors ready. I've set myself up. Come with a bit of a class kind of mix up when it comes to the harvester and also the forage harvester. Gone with the JCB telehandler. And then I've got myself a nice little Massey Ferguson case, because I thought I'd go with a case maximum. I do like the tractor's case. Yeah, we're all set up. We really are. So in here, I've got a fertilizer, liquid, got some seeds. This is where we're going to store that. So in here, I think I've actually set this up already. So I've got herbicide in that one, and then got some lime in that one. Now in here, I was thinking of storing loose products. So this could be feed types for the TMR mixes, which is what I've got currently in here. But if we ever decide to do some potatoes or sugar beets, this would also be perfect for that. So as you can see, I've got some brewer's grain and then some kind of like beet pulp, or shredded beet. So that's going to come in handy. Nice storage area over here for some equipment. Another spot over here for bales. So again, we could put maybe hay bales, straw bales over here. And as you can see, we're starting to see even more of the pastures. Now I have maxed out all these pastures. We're not going to have this many cows because we probably couldn't feed them, but I just wanted to show it off what it could look like. I think it looks perfect. So this is beef stock area. There's a field just behind it, and you can actually get to it. I've put a gate down there, which is going to be obviously for grazing cows. Fuel area just over here. Another gate. I had to make it so it didn't hit anything, so I've kind of put the fence just to the left hand side of it. And that's the other side of where I said I was going to store some bales. Got my TMR mixer already in there. And then this is kind of like a main open area. I think I've done this pretty well. I'm happy with how it's come out. Got my case here, probably the beefiest tractor we own. We will go through that in a minute. I'll just walk down this side first. So as you can see, that's the area where the milkers can go out and graze a little bit. So it's kind of inbuilt. And then this is my silo setup, and I'm so impressed with this. I really am. Got a Red Rock trailer and a Richard Western when we're doing the harvests. This is my class. As you can see, this is the class harvester I've gone with, beefy one, because we have got some big fields to work on. And then in here is pretty much where we tip and also pick up from. So we just try and hop over here. I'm kind of stuck. There we go, just about. Dead impressed with this, I'll be honest. And then you've got a pretty cool system over here as well. So we will get into all this stuff eventually. Just a bit of a showcase of what I've built. We'll work our way back round there as we go through. So now we're looking at another bunker. So this could have silage in, it could be the grass silage one, could even be, you know, anything we do, maize silage. But like I said, I've got one out that way by the entrance, and then one here that's probably a little bit bigger. In fact, it definitely is bigger. So depends how much we get of each one. If we get more maize, we'll put it in here. Got myself an shear grab ready to take from it, and then 2 Richard Western trailers for hauling in, obviously, out of the fields. So this is where the animals come into play. So this right here is like an open enclosure where the calves are going to be. So as soon as they're kind of really young, firstborns, till they hit about 12 months, we're going to store them here. Probably going to have like 20 at a time, I think, and then as soon as they grow up, we'll move them over, and we'll just keep rotating through. That is the plan. Got another class over here, Axion. And let's walk around here, and I'll show you where they go after calves. So these are like young stock, about 12 months old. We'll keep them in here, give them a different feed mix obviously over here, and they've got a nice little open area here to graze on. Plenty of room for them. And then this is where the beef stock is. So it's all set up that I've got a nice kind of loop when feeding, and some cattle grids as well, so that's pretty cool. But the beef stock kind of graze there. But what I want to show you with this is the best shed I've ever seen in FS by a mile. I'll say that quite happily, because look at this. Look at that. It is perfect. It's so realistic. The textures are high quality, and I'm absolutely massively impressed with this. This shed, like I said, dead impressive. But I do have to say that this shed, that one over there for the young stock, also this one for the calves, the main milking one that we'll go into a second, and then also the silo are privately purchased through MA7. So if you do want these sheds for yourself, they need to be purchased. And then obviously there's a whole process that you need to go through where you kind of download it, the guy will send you part of the mod itself, and you have to kind of build it in GE. So it's not as simple as just getting a mod and putting it into your game. You do have to modify them yourself because they're kind of linked to you after you purchased them. They've got something that kind of links to your purchase, so you can't share them out. They're supposed to be private, because at the end of the day you can see that a lot of work has gone into this. And yeah, they're not mod hub, they're basically private, but you can purchase them. So I will put a link to the MA7 website, and if you're interested in any of these sheds that I'm showing you, the silo, even this main one that I think is absolutely outstanding, and there's also a lot more on offer if you are interested. Go support him, because he obviously works his socks off to make great content like this, and you know, this is how he gets his reward back, by making them private and you purchase them, which I don't mind, because at the end of the day he's making something that's worth buying, and at the end of the day a lot of the time we're spending money on DLCs. You know, you even purchase games nowadays that cost 60 quid, and the amount of hours of gameplay personally I'll get from this, I think it's justified personally. Again, Mod Hub is the way to go. I always believe modding like that, but again, if you're getting extras like this, I don't mind giving back to people that work hard like that. So that's what I've done here, and I want to show my support to MA7 and say, you know, these sheds are really worth getting, and you can probably tell for yourself that they are definitely cool. So if you do want to have a look at that, there'll be a link in the description of the video. So also I want to show you this as well. This is a nice little feature. You can kind of move the calves out and put some in here just for a visual effect. And then you've got all the doors open and everything like this. It's really detailed inside. Perfect for a role play if you're trying to make yourself a little role play going on. So we've had a look through there. We'll walk away around the back here now. And you can see that loads of slurry storage points. And then this is going to be my main one, and we're going to be using hoses. So we've got the pumps and hoses DLC. We are also running precision farming as well. So we've got precision farming, MaizePlus, additional animals, all that kind of good stuff. We're going to go full on with this series. It should be good. And then round the back here, I've got 3 MaizePlus storage points for feed, different types of additives we want to put in. And then that over there is the grazing field. That's the 3rd one. So it's really useful. I am going to put a gate in here as well. It's the one thing I've missed out doing. But yeah, I'm so chuffed with this. I've wanted a farm because for me, Carmsden's been absolutely amazing. I've loved playing on it. We are all waiting for something different, like I mentioned at the start of the video. And I just thought, what better way to just show off Carmsden for what it truly is, make my own farm on it and play on it even more, but obviously have that fresh feeling. So yeah, this is what I've tried to do. So I've got another shed here, and I've obviously got the class set up. Got my mower, tedder, windrow, both styles of balers, so we're all sorted there. Over here I've got a big storage point for manure, a muck spreader, and then obviously we're working our way back round now to the actual grain silo. So that's pretty much the gist of the farm. We'll go have a look at the fields if you want, but mainly if we have a look at the back of these fields here, the grass field itself, I mean, look at that, it looks awesome. I'm so chuffed with how it's turned out. Mark IV adding these pastures in just made it feel just alive, more realistic. Having animals out in the fields grazing and having the option to have 3 fields grazing. We could put young stock out, we could separate our beef stock. In the summer we could also put like the milkers in this field. And then obviously we've got the troughs over here. And I think Mark IV is going to adjust them because they're a little bit tall. So that should be looking a little bit better soon. But yeah, as you can see, pretty awesome setup. I'm chuffed to bits. And just look at that shed. Every time I look at that shed, I'm amazed with it. It is spot on to what I see out in the real world. So the final thing we're going to look at now is the milking area. So as I mentioned, this is the main section. So after we've got them, obviously from calf, and we've got them young stock, they're going to move from young stock and they're going to go into here. Now this holds 85 cows, so we can really go full on for this, but we've got to keep in mind that the feed on MaizePlus is a lot more intense. So we're going to try and be probably realistic. We're going to make a lot of money from milk if we do it, you know, if we do get it to 85, but we've also got to make sure that we can source the 85 with the feed they need, which is going to be difficult because we have got 3 grass fields, but they're also going to be grazing on it. So we need to kind of work on them grass fields in the summer when the grass is ready, kind of like springtime, but then we also want to let them out and graze, so we might have to rotate through. They have got grazing areas like this, which will help us out with that, but I do want to use that feature. I want to get the cows out in the fields. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if we can balance it out. And I really do want to make this series last quite some time because I can't wait to start playing on this farm properly. So we've got a bit of a area here that we can run through. And what I do like is this automatically closes both gates. So you can run down here, put your feed in, which is pretty cool. But another thing that's even better, so we just sort that out again. So the cows can walk from that side out to the area where they can obviously graze. One thing that I really like is this. You can actually get in the parlor and sort out the milking. Now this obviously is just an animation. It doesn't actually activate the milking. The cows are just going to milk naturally like they would do. You'll just have milk appear at the right age and everything like that. But I have got the mod on that automatically sells milk every day. So it's kind of simulating, obviously, picking up the tanker coming every day to the farm to pick up your milk. So I do like that. So we're not going to be like wait for it to get to the best price. We're literally just going to be selling milk every day like most farmers do, or every other day. Yeah, and this is the outside area to that. So it kind of loops back. This is obviously where the entrance was and the bunker. So that's pretty cool. And I think that's mainly everything of the layout of the farm. And as you can see, I've got plenty of space, plenty of sheds for cows. Some of them, like I said, are really unique, really customised and private to the series. Now, I would love to share this map. I would absolutely love to share this so everyone can play on it. Because I've obviously got these private sheds, it's going to be too difficult to do that. So, last thing I think we need to do is just jump back into the vehicle, and I'm going to show you our actual arable fields. So I have set everything up so we don't have to faff about. We can pretty much get started straight away. Don't know if I'm going to start in May. The next episode will be full on starting farming, and I'll have a realistic number of animals as well. Probably won't be out in the fields grazing. But I am all set up, got all my equipment set up, everything's there, just need to sort out my animals, and then we can start getting to work on making some of the feed needed, because I think that's got to be the priority. But at least the grass is ready to mow, because we're going to need some grass silage straight away, or hay. So, what we got in front of us right here, these are the fields I own. Field 12, 13 and 11. Now I've planted in field 12 soybeans. So this field is going to be for profit. Completely just for profit. It's all planted. pH is sorted out. Nitrogen sorted out. Everything's sorted out except we've got weeds. So we're going to have to sort the weeds out in this field. So a little bit of work to do on it. Not much, and then it'll be pretty much ready to harvest. We just drive down here to this field, which if you watch the Farmland series, you'll know this is the field that I just sorted out a bit of straw in for Tony. This is our field of barley. Now this is going to be for whole crop silage, and again, everything's done in it. It's been mulched, and if we look at the PF information, you can see that scanned, pH is sorted, nitrogen levels are everything is spot on in both fields, all fields, because the soybeans don't require any nitrogen. And the only thing I need to do, like I mentioned, is weeds in these two fields. But this one, luckily, don't need to worry about weeds at the moment. So again, we've got whole crop silage already set up in that field. So this field 20 is a big field of corn. So we're going to be doing maize silage in this. And again, it's all sorted. The only thing I need to do is sort the weeds out. But we are set, so everything's growing ready. We've got grass ready. We're pretty much right at that point now where we can get some work done, and yeah, we can start off proper. We don't have to faff about. It's ready for us to just dive into and yeah, start doing some feed, because I think that's got to be the main priority. But yeah, I hope everyone likes it, and I hope you're looking forward to it. It makes a bit of a difference. Don't get me wrong, Attingham is a great map, but I just think, you know, Calmsden, the way it is, the way it's been built by Oxy, it's still the standout map for me. Even though everyone's been playing it since pretty much near the start, you know, I can't move on to another map, because I just don't think anything has compared to it for me on British farming style. So I am literally just trying to refreshen it and make it worth a good series where we can use all the MaizePlus features, because I've kind of neglected MaizePlus just because I needed a map really to try and delve into it and show it off for what it is. So I think, you know, this should be perfect for that while we're waiting for probably another English map to come out. But this is Scroftopia Farm. Hopefully everyone likes it. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and yeah, look forward to the next episode where we proper get into it and start sorting out this feed that obviously all these cows are going to need. On that note, I'm going to leave the video there. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, because that does help my channel out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.